Hey everyone, welcome to week 3. Just going to take a minute to go over everything that's in store for us this week. So of course the first thing you're going to need to do is take the week 3 attendance quiz. Remember when you go to content and click on week 3 module, the only thing you're going to see at first is the week 3 attendance quiz. You have to take and submit that quiz first in order to see the lessons and assignments for week 3. Also, keep in mind that the week 3 attendance quiz, the questions on that quiz are going to come from the lessons in week 2. So if you are behind right now, you're going to want to catch up on the material from week 2 so that you can take the week 3 attendance quiz and keep moving forward this week. All right, once you take the attendance quiz though, everything in the rest of the module will open up for you. The first thing you'll see under the attendance quiz is a brief review of week 2. Then we have a small lesson on sentence sense. That's the 4th step of writing a good paragraph. We've gone over unity, support, and coherence. And now comes the 4th step, which is sentence sense. That PowerPoint is pretty brief, and the video that goes along with it. And then the next lesson contains quite a few small lessons because this lesson is on grammar and mechanics, and within that lesson on grammar and mechanics, we have several mini lessons. So we've got a small lesson on just sort of actually a review of useful words when we are dealing with grammar and mechanics and sentence structure. We sometimes forget what these categories of words are, how they function in a sentence, how they allow us to connect thoughts, right? So very brief lesson on that. And then we get into sentence fragments, run-on sentences and comma splices, eliminating ineffective writing, modifiers, and then sentence combining. Each of those mini lessons has a video, and then the handout, there's a link to the handout that you can download, but then the handout is also pasted underneath the video. I highly suggest going through those, at least the written component for each lesson. As you're going through the written part in each of those mini lessons, check in with yourself to make sure that you are understanding the mini lesson that you're looking at. And there's even like at the bottom of each mini lesson, there are like sample questions basically. So that you can kind of test if you are understanding the material. And then I give the answers as well so you can check your understanding. So go through the written portions for sure on each of these just to make sure that you fully understand what a sentence fragment is, what a run-on sentence is, what a comma splice is especially. That might be a new one for a lot of you, but it goes with run-on sentences. Make sure that you understand what I'm talking about in the eliminating ineffective writing lesson, the modifiers lesson, the sentence combining lesson. If at any point during the written portions that you're going through, if something's not making sense, if it's not clicking, then go and watch the video, all right? Grammar and mechanics is one of those things where some people, it comes kind of easily to them, and getting that refresher in written form is going to be enough. For others, grammar and mechanics is something that has always been a struggle, or it's just been a really long time since you've had to think about what a sentence fragment is or what a run-on sentence is. Maybe you've never even heard of a comma splice. So everybody comes at grammar and mechanics at different places. So the written material is there. I definitely suggest going through each of those sections for each lesson. And then the video is there if you need some additional information and hearing me go through the lesson in a little more detail. But all of these are super important grammar and mechanics and style issues that I will be looking for when I grade your formal writing assignments, the 2 writing assignment paragraphs in weeks 5 and 6, and your final exam essay in week 10. So it's definitely worthwhile at least going through the written portions of each mini lesson and then using the videos to help supplement if needed. it's a lot to take in, and it's all very, small rules and things like that, so it can be a little confusing, but this is sort of the foundation of proper writing, if you will. All right. So the homework for week 3. There's a few chapters listed that you need to review. Again, do not spend a lot of time reading these chapters. Just, they are there to give you some more support on these sentence level issues. So it's chapters 5, 21, 22, 37, and 29. All right. I know they're listed out of order, but I listed them in order of how I presented each lesson, if that makes sense. Then, of course, you have Journal 3. Make sure you watch the video located in the instructions, and then have that journal in by Sunday at 11:59. You have Week 3 Assignment 1, which is on sentence fragments and run-on sentences and comma splices. So 2 of those lessons under grammar and mechanics. Watch the instructional video, all right? Listen to me explain what you need to do in both sections so that you can make sure you're going through each step and getting full credit. All right, try to have that in by Sunday at 11:59. Week 3 assignment 2 is on revising for style. This is where you're going to be asked to sort of use the information from eliminating ineffective writing, modifiers, and sentence combining. Okay, so that covers the other 3 lessons from grammar and mechanics. So make sure you watch the video in those instructions and try to have that in by Sunday at 11:59. And then there's, of course, the week 3 discussion. You can do that at any point during the week. It's not related to the lessons in week 3. Watch the video in the instructions for the prompt. Make sure that you understand what you're being asked to do for the discussion. Try to have your first post up by Thursday night, and then respond to 2 classmates before the discussion is due Sunday night. It will remain open for an additional week, but remember, if you're posting late, that's only for 50% of the original points. So do your best to have that discussion completed by its technical due date. If you have any questions about the lessons this week, about any of the assignments, do not hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, you're free to go ahead and get started.